Good day, everyone. I am Fredrik Aldrei C. Concepcion from BSBA FM1C, and I'm here to discuss leadership training. So, bago ang lahat, lilitan ko muna ang aking face cap para mas makita nyo ang ating talakayin sa ngayon. Yan. So, dito ay malalaman natin ang lahat-lahat tungkol sa leadership. Like, ano nga ba ang leadership? What are the bases para maging good leader? Paano pumili ng tamang tao para sa tamang posisyon o sa posisyon ng pagiging leader? At marami pang iba. So, first of all, hindi basta-basta ang pagpili ng leader sa isang team o sa isang grupo. Because being effective leaders are very important to any kind of organization. Mamaya malalaman nyo kung bakit nga ba napakahalaga ng isang leader. So, leadership. Leadership is one of the highly considered qualities of an individual to be successful in life. Leading life positively in all aspects can influence others to follow his good deeds and examples. Ayan. Sinasabi rin dito, leadership is the art of a motivating group of people to act toward achieving a common goal. This means directing your subordinates or followers with a strategy to meet their goals. Ayan, kaya napakahalaga ng leadership dahil ito ang magdadala sa goal o sa success ng isang grupo. Mas magandang leadership, mas mapapadali rin ang trabaho ng bawat miyembro sa grupo. So, moving on to the nature of leadership. Leadership derives from the power and is similar to, yet different from, management. This simply means a manager should be a leader, but a leader may not be a manager. There can be leaders of completely unorganized groups, while there can be managers only of organized groups. Second, leadership is essential for managing. The ability to lead effectively is one of the keys to being effective, as he can combine resources and lead a group to achieve their goals. Third, leadership and motivation are interconnected. Leaders motivate their subordinates or followers. If a leader understands the essence of motivation, he can have a harmonious relationship with his subordinates, which will lead them to achieve their common goal. Next, the essence of leadership is followership. It is the willingness of people to follow the leader. Moreover, people tend to follow leaders whom they see providing means of achieving their desires, needs, and wants. Next, leaders must coexist with the subordinates or followers. They must have a clear idea of their ambitions and demands. This creates loyalty and trust in subordinates for their leader. And lastly, leadership is concerned with values. Followers can learn ethics and values from their leaders. Leaders reinforce ideas and need to make positive statements of ethics that will make them a good example to their subordinates. So, yan ang mga nature ng leadership. So, moving on to leadership and the use of power. Power in terms of leadership is the ability to influence the behavior of others to bring about desired outcomes. Sinasabi rin dito na you are considered to have power if you can change the behavior and attitudes of other individuals. Moreover, power is the central element in the exercise of leadership. Central element siya dahil kapag walang power, magko-collapse ang leadership. So all in all, tinuturo sa atin dito na people who aspire to lead must be able and willing to use power. So, power comes from different sources and can be classified as follows. Unang-una ay ang legitimate power. Legitimate power is also called as position power. So, from the term position power, this is a formal type of power derived from the position you hold in an organization. So, basically, mas mataas ang posisyon, mas marami o mataas din ang iyong power at mas paniniwalaan o susundin ka ng mga tao. Perfect example rito ang President, Vice President, at marami pang iba. So, it is delegated from a higher authority in formal organizations. Legitimate power may be a reward if the position holder issues compensation for tasks satisfactorily done. If negative, sanctions as punishment are meted out. The power being used is coercive. Second is referent power. Referent power is also called as charismatic power. Charismatic power because leaders with this type of power hold and attract people through the strength of their personality. Example nito ay sinusunod ka ng mga tao dahil nirerespeto ka nila at hindi dahil sa iyong posisyon. So complete opposite ng referent power ang legitimate or position power. Doon ay bumabase sa posisyon at dito naman ay sa personality. Lastly, expert power. It is also called knowledge power. So from the term knowledge power, people who have more knowledge or experience than other members of their team exhibit expert power. So dito naman ay bumabase sa kakayahan o skills or knowledge ng isang tao o leader. So this arises from a person's specialized knowledge and information about certain situations. It also depends on one's training, education, and experience. So moving on to the qualities of a good leader. So dito pwede kayong mag-take down notes kung ano-anong qualities ang meron kayo o yung mga kailangan nyo pang i-enhance na qualities para maging isa kayong good leader. So number 1, determination. Ang good leader ay dapat mayroong never-ending determination. He or she is the first one to initiate an idea and the last one to give up. It is also because of leaders' determination that projects are completed. So napakailaga nito para sa isang leader. Number 2, flexibility. Ang good leader din ay kayang mag-adapt to any situation. He sees the situation from many different angles and can adjust himself or herself accordingly. Number 3, resourcefulness. Isa rin ito sa good qualities ng leaders dahil they don't always get what they want easily but they are creative. They think of ways to get what they want. Number 4, creativity. This means thinking of effective ways of doing things that don't require a lot of time, effort, or money. Number 5, self-confidence. Of course, people will follow a leader who believes in him or herself. But this does not mean being arrogant, rather it means trusting in yourself and your abilities. So number 6, positive attitude or optimism. Ang great leader ay dapat meron ding positive outlook and tries to make the best out of everything. Number 7, responsibility. Dito naman, a great leader understands that whatever happens in his team, whether good or bad, is his responsibility. He or she does not take all the credit for work well done and does not blame others when there is a failure. Number 8, good communication skills. What makes a great leader is his ability to communicate effectively with his team. A good leader understands that people don't understand messages in the same way, so is always confirming what he or she has said or has heard or understood. Number 9, consistency, reliability, and accountability. A good leader is dependable, always does his or her best, takes action, and delivers good results. Number 10, planning ahead. A good leader plans and knows what is up ahead. He or she has good judgment in predicting what may happen in the future and can make work decisions based on that. Number 11, patience. Having the responsibility putik. So number 11, patience. Having the responsibility needs patience in all aspects. Number 12, being objective. A good leader does not take sides, but it is open to different opinions. And lastly, number 13, perceptive. A good leader has an awareness of the people he is leading. Ayan. So ano-anong qualities ang naisulat nyo na mayroon kayo? Kung konti man yan ay huwag kayong mag-alala. Dahil pwede pa rin kayong maging good leader. So what makes a great leader? It is a mix of these qualities. You don't necessarily have to possess all of them, but you should at least strive to develop many of them. So, moving on to the difference between a boss and a leader. Unang-una sa boss ay nakadepende sa authority o yung power or right to give orders. So, sa madaling salita, ay susundin ka dahil sa iyong posisyon o power. While sa leader naman ay nakadepende sa goodwill. O, ano napansin nyo? Para lang itong legitimate or position power at referent power. Legitimate o position power sa boss, habang referent power naman sa leader dahil susundin ka ng iyong mga tauhan dahil sa iyong goodwill or personality. Next naman sa boss ay inspires fear o susundin mo ang isang boss dahil ikaw ay natatakot sa kanya. While sa leader naman ay generates enthusiasm o nagpo-produce ang isang leader ng eager enjoyment o interes para mapasunod o gumawa lahat ang isang grupo. Ang susunod sa boss ay says I o siya lang, habang sa leader ay says we o kasama ang lahat ng nasa grupo. Next sa boss ay places blame for the breakdown o sisisihin ng kagrupo sa pagkakamali, while sa leader ay siya ang gagawa ng paraan para ma-fix ang breakdown. Susunod sa boss ay knows how it is done o alam niyang mga gagawin at pwedeng iutos lang ito. Habang sa leader ay shows how it is done or ipapakita pa niya sa mga kasama kung paano gagawin para matuto ang lahat. Next sa boss ay uses people or ginagamit lang ang kanyang mga tauhan para gawin ang isang bagay. While sa leader ay develops people o tuturuan pa niya ang kanyang mga kasama. Susunod sa boss ay takes credit o ipamimigay or siya lang ang makatatanggap ng credit kapag matagumpay ang isang grupo. Habang sa leader ay gives credit o ipamimigay at ipamamahagi niya ito sa kanyang mga kasama. Next sa boss ay commands o utusan niya lang ang mga kagrupo. While sa leader ay asks o tatanungin pa niya sa kanyang mga kagrupo kung pwede nilang gawin ito. And lastly sa boss ay says go or yung parang kanila lang na manguutos lang siya ng manguutos ng mga gagawin sa kanyang mga kasama pero siya ay walang gagawin. At sa leader naman ay says let's go o kasama siya at ang lahat sa paggawa. So halata ang pagkakaiba ng isang boss at ng isang leader. So para sa inyo, ano ang gusto nyo dito? Pero in conclusion, every team has a boss. But what people need is a leader who will help them achieve greatness. Moving on, guidelines to achieve leadership. So kanina na-discuss na ang qualities para maging good leader. Ngayon naman ay ang guidelines para ma-achieve ang leadership. Number 1, practice discipline. A good leader needs to develop discipline in both professional and personal life. People will judge your capacity to lead by the amount of discipline you display. So number 2, know yourself. A good leader knows himself, his abilities and limitations. If he cannot do other things, then he must accept that everyone has its own limitations. Also, if you know yourself, you will be assured and confident of what you can do. Number 3, learn to follow. A good leader has no problem in yielding control to another person when appropriate. You should not feel threatened when someone disagrees with you or puts forth ideas of their own. Keep an open mind and give merit to them. Learn to value and respect others on your team and they will respect you back. As the saying goes, A good leader is also a good follower. Number 4, be mentally alert. You must always be ready for any decisions. Know how to decide well and make decisions promptly. Number 5, develop situational awareness. A good leader can see the bigger picture and anticipate problem before it occurs. The ability to foresee and provide suggestions to avoid future problems is valuable for a leader. Number 6, inspire and empower your teammates. You are part of the team and as a leader, you should be able to motivate and inspire those who you work with you for you to collaborate as the best as they can. No one is best at everything. Trust your team and delegate the task to them. Leaders can also give guidance and encouragement. Number 7, keep learning. Learning process doesn't end after you graduate from schooling. A good leader is never outdated and always keeps learning new things. It keeps your mind sharp and refresh and enhance your skills. Go outside your comfort zone and welcome new challenges. So lastly, number 8, learn to adjust to change. We live in a changing world, so our way of life often changes. Accept them as they come and be ready to adjust them, especially if they are for your betterment. Moving on to the principles of leadership. Number 1, take responsibility of your action regardless of the outcome. Number 2, set the example. Number 3, know yourself and make improvement. Number 4, seek responsibility and develop a sense of responsibility. Number 5, ensure that the task is understood. Number 6, know your men and look out for their welfare. Number 7, keep your men always informed. Number 8, train your men as a team. Number 9, employ your command on the right time and place. Number 10, know your job thoroughly. And lastly, number 11, make sound and timely decisions. So moving on to the leadership styles. Leadership style refers to the consistent manner a leader behaves in the approaching situation towards influencing the behavior of the leader. So ano-ano nga ba ang leadership styles? Unang-una ay ang autocratic leaders. Autocratic style of leaders centralize power and decision-making in themselves. The leaders take full authority and assume full responsibility but expect discipline, obedience, and compliance from members. So basically, leaders lang ang kikilos sa kani-kanyang grupo kapag sinasabing autocratic leaders. One common area in which to find autocratic leadership examples is sports. A team's coach, the team captain, its manager, or its owner can exhibit autocratic leadership traits. Sometimes, multiple leaders within a sports organization exhibit autocratic traits, and this creates a strict, success-focused team culture. Next ay ang participative leaders. They are also called democratic leaders. Share power and authority with the members of the group. Decisions are not unilateral because they arise from consultation with followers and participation by them. So para sa akin, ito ang pinakamagandang leadership style dahil lahat dito ay kikilos mapa-leader ka o follower. Lahat ng mga napagplanuhan nyo o ang mga desisyon nyo sa grupo ay base rin sa lahat ng miyembro kaya mas namimit dito ang success dahil napagkasunduan nyo ang lahat ng inyong mga ginawa. Examples of participative leaders include facilitators, social workers, arbitrators, and group therapists. A facilitator, for example, seeks to involve everyone in the process so that whole team forms its own conclusions collectively through dialogue and collaboration. And lastly, laissez-faire or free-rein leaders. This style of leader avoid power and responsibilities. They depend largely upon the group members, train themselves, and provide their own motivation. The leaders play only minor roles. So basically, halos walang ginagawa rito ang mga leaders. At ang mga followers o mga miyembro lamang ng grupo bukod sa leader ang gagawa. There are many famous examples of laissez-faire leaders who stand out and have made an impact in their industry. The examples include Queen Victoria. The Victorian period is named after her, and this time is known for a laissez-faire attitude. The Victorian era is also known as the age of individualism, and people were encouraged to use their own skills and talents to make England a prominent and strong country. Moreover, Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs was known for the way he would give instructions to the team and leave them to figure out the best way to fulfill his wishes. Members of his team often said they got to use their creative skills and try new things while they work for Jobs. At doon na nga matatapos ang ating discussion about sa leadership training. Bago tuluyang magtapos, ito ay ang quote from John Maxwell. Kung ano nga ba sa kabuuan ang isang leader. A leader is the one who knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way. Lahat tayo ay pwedeng-pwede maging isang great leader basta't nakinig ka sa aking talakay. So yun na po. Thank you for watching and listening.